Greetings everybody, this is Serpentine451 back again with another episode. Well, actually, that's not what I'm doing here, folks. Because guess what? There was something on my channel that I did a long time ago, many years ago, called Super Sentai Cross Power Rangers, a compare and contrast series where I talk about Power Rangers and the Super Sentai that particular Ranger season takes its footage from. I explore those many differences in our main teams and Sixth Ranger and extra heroes, their mentors, their villains, all of that stuff, and split into those various different categories, with the categories of plots, characters, villains, and the overall presentation. It's a bit of an updated version of Power Rangers Cross Super Sentai, and that's what I want to introduce to you folks and at home. It's something I've always wanted to do as someone who loves tokusatsu as a whole, and I want to start this relaunch just right. Well, thanks to Shout Factory subbing older Sentai, not much older, like the seasons that were Power Ranger seasons within the first few years, like the complete Saban era and entering into the Disney era. And what better way to relaunch this series than to go over one of my favorite Ranger seasons and juxtaposing to a show that I never watched, but I've heard of its very notorious reputation. That being Gal Ranger going up against Wild Force, the 25th anniversary of Super Sentai going up against the 10th anniversary of Power Rangers. Now, why these two in particular? Like I mentioned before, I've heard of Gal Ranger's reputation is not that great of a Sentai, and Wild Force is one of my favorite Ranger seasons. And I've always had this thought in the foreground of my mind that when I did Bo Kenger versus Operation Overdrive, I think I may have said this, that there is this trend with Super Sentai seasons when it comes to their anniversaries, there being great anniversary seasons like Go Kaiger and Bo Kenger. At least in my personal opinion, and Gal Ranger was that one that was terrible. The inverse of this was Power Rangers having the 10th anniversary Forever Red, juxtaposed to, well, Operation Overdrive's episode Once a Ranger, and the entirety of the second half of Megaforce. Both of which are bad. So, I want to actually put what I said to the test to see how bad Gal Ranger is, and comparing it to the Ranger season it is compared towards. But there are some rules here. I actually have to watch both seasons I have to both watch the Sentai season and the Ranger season in succession. I have to take notes, and I will be doing this for everyone from Zyuranger onwards, because I know Shout Factory would be able to do that post-haste. And with anything that comes with all that fun stuff, if you guys are able to give me a hand and I can review seasons that got Ranger adaptations, with the exception of Beast Morphers, because that's not finished yet, so don't send me Go Busters quite yet. So if you wanted to do that, that's perfectly fine by me. So anyway, I just wanted to give this relaunch of this particular series that I did. I used to do it for the YouTubers Core, then I moved it to my personal channel right here. And I actually wanted to do this for every Ranger in Sentai season that had a juxtaposition, like a compare contrast for. And sometimes these videos are just more enjoyable for me to watch and work on because it gives me more time to actually dig deep into my passions when it comes to tokusatsu. And besides, when it comes to most Ranger seasons, I've always been excited to see what we here in the West can do with the footage that Super Sentai provides. And let me tell you, Wild Force and Gal Ranger are going to be fun watches, because if the first episode of Gal Ranger was any indication, it's going to be a chore. So it's going to this is going to have a nebulous release date of, well, sometime in the next couple of months, maybe into maybe March, April. I could hopefully work on it a little bit sooner, but hey, what can you do when you have 2 nights off and you also have to prepare for a podcast you do every week? So, I will catch you guys when that premiere of Gal Ranger Cross Wild Force comes into play. Catch you guys then.